This episode of the Wayang Crew Podcast is brought to you by Times Cineplex. Hey guys, I'm Kev.
Yo, this is Del.
I am Tibi.
And Zainal here.
And we are
The Wayang Crew. Oh yeah.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Wayang Crew Podcast.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo. What's up? We're back. I'm back.
Feels like forever.
Feels like forever, yeah. If it's your first time listening in, it is, of course, a weekly podcast where we talk about all things movies, especially movies that are playing here in Brunei, Darussalam. I'm your host, Kev, as usual, and we're missing a couple of people this week. But first up, it's my co-host, it's Tibi.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, bro?
I'm great, I guess.
How you been?
I'm great, I guess. I mean, nothing much, nothing new going on, just living life.
Cool.
Yeah. Because I don't want to keep saying I'm busy, like Del. I'm busy.
But didn't you get something new, like last week?
Let's not talk about that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We have a special guest once again on the podcast. He's a friend of the Wayang Crew. It's John.
Hey, what's
Hey.
up? Hi, how are you guys?
We're good. Now, just for the listeners, we just watched Coco.
Yes.
So we're going to be talking about Coco on this episode of the Wayang Crew Podcast, and also we're going to be talking about
Pengabdi, Setan.
Yeah, which
Well,
is
I'm gonna talk about it.
because I haven't watched it.
Neither
same
did
here.
John.
I just got back from a holiday. And
Nippon.
yeah. Well, we'll talk about it later on. All right, but first, we're going to get to the first bit of the show, which is the news. And kicking off this week, it's all about Justice League, guys.
Okay.
All right. Justice League has topped the box office in China. So, yeah. So,
Okay.
box office has been a disappointment for expectations. It's made less than $100 million in the US. But it has broken a record in China. So it's amassed, quite
Maybe
a...
the translation was different in China, because I believe like China has like different they like different type of movies. Like the game based movie last year was Warcraft.
Warcraft? Yeah.
Warcraft did so good in China.
In
but
China.
The rest of the world was not
up to it.
Yeah, so maybe I guess Justice League was catered for China.
Maybe either that
Audience.
or they just don't know a lot of the backstory of these characters, and they're like, look, there's a guy dressed as a bat, and there's a hot chick in it, and maybe. But that being said, Justice League has been dethroned by Coco, the movie we just watched, and
in China.
No,
Or
just like
around the world?
in the
Okay.
US, yeah. And I'm not surprised.
Yep,
Yeah, because Coco, spoiler alert, it's good.
it's very good.
It's a very good
It's
movie.
very good.
Up next, Justice League. There is a petition for the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. It now has over 100,000 signatures.
So they want just the Zack Snyder shots.
Yeah, because the backstory to this is that Zack Snyder was the originator of, this whole DCEU. He directed Man of Steel, he directed Batman vs. Superman, and, he did not direct Suicide Squad or...
I know why.
Why?
Because they don't want to see the CGI version of Superman. No,
You mean the digitally moved
Yeah.
mustache? Well, I think people seem to forget that his first two attempts in the DCU were not good.
But they want to see the dark, I don't know.
Like the dark, broody,
Yeah.
moody.
They don't want to see Batman throwing out jokes, I guess.
I don't know. John is like the biggest DC fan out of
But he
three
hasn't
of us.
watched it. You haven't watched
Yeah,
it?
I'll watch
but
Justice
but
League.
would you want to watch the Zack Snyder version of it?
Actually, no.
Because he didn't like Batman vs. Superman, so why would
I
he?
didn't like it.
Yeah, and then if I recall correctly, like a couple of years ago, I remember you telling me like Man of Steel was too much.
No, just couldn't take it.
All right. We're gonna have to talk about Joss Whedon, the man who stepped in to save Justice League,
tried.
or at least tried to save Justice League. Now we did talk about on the show that it was rumored that he was going to be directing a Batgirl movie. Now rumors were swirling around that he's sort of like on his way out and saying goodbye to Warner Brothers in DC. But no, he's come out and said, no, I am still doing the Batgirl movie.
Oh, okay.
If it ever gets greenlit. I don't know. How much money are they put after Justice League because it's losing money.
It's losing a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, the estimates was that originally it cost $150 million, and the reshoots and all the alterations cost another $150 million. So that doubled the budget. And then that's not taking into account marketing and advertising.
Yeah.
So we could be looking at like a $500 million movie.
So they're like bleeding money
Yes.
to make this movie, and then they want to make another movie in the same universe. So I don't know.
Maybe it's like a situation where you throw money at it and it solves the problem. Like, fix it. just take all the money. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Let's talk about Margot Robbie, who plays Harley Quinn in the DCEU. Now, we saw her in Suicide Squad, and I think she did a really good job as Harley Quinn. She is working on a totally separate Harley Quinn movie. Now, we've talked about the potentials that there may be a Gotham City Sirens movie coming out, and another movie where she teams up with the Joker to tell their origin story. Now, she's come out and said that she is working on a solo Harley Quinn movie that is totally separate from any of the DCEU films.
Would you want to watch it, John?
Yes, because Harley Quinn is
Yeah, but would you want to watch a movie that's centered on just Harley Quinn?
Well, in the DC comic universe, there wasn't much about her origin story because
She's not that important.
kinda no, but she becomes important because she becomes Joker's love interest in the long run.
Okay.
I don't know. I'd still want to I would still want to watch a Batman movie.
Yes.
Like Harley Quinn
Like there
is in
has
it.
to be a Batman in
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Not just Harley Quinn.
Maybe it's like it's a movie about what she does in her day-to-day life. Like she wakes up and there's like 80s rock music and then there's like a montage of her getting ready. I mean, that's a lot of makeup that she has to put on.
Yeah.
I don't know, and color the hair, and she has to practice using her baseball bat and
Short film, yeah, maybe 20 minutes.
20
I would.
minutes. Okay, up next. Now, we've all seen like various animated Justice League movies. Like there are shorts and there are movies that come out like I think once a year. There's like a Batman film or a Joker film. Now the voice cast of the Justice League animated series want a reunion movie where they all come together. And they need the fans' help out there, and they're asking for a petition to get Warner Brothers to make one.
Okay,
An animated movie of
Yeah.
Justice League.
And
where's that petition? I want to sign.
really?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not so sure about it. Another animated, like we just got a live action Justice League movie.
But all those animated movies are good, in my opinion.
Because they're gonna have Batman, they're gonna have Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, The Flash,
Martian Manhunter,
and Hawkgirl.
Hawkgirl. Okay,
Right?
Yeah.
So you would want to see that, like as a DC fan.
Yes, of course.
All right. I will send you the link to the petition.
All right, nice.
All right.
Thank you.
Moving along to a bit of Marvel news. Well, not really Marvel. This is more of a 20th Century Fox bit of news. Now, there is an X-Men movie coming out. Well, it's still in production. It's called Dark Phoenix.
Is it continuation from the previous X-Men?
Yes.
Okay.
This is essentially telling the story of
Phoenix.
Jean Grey?
Yeah, Jean Grey and Phoenix. And it's said in this report that this movie will kill off a major character.
Chun chun chun, Wolverine.
Wait, he's gone.
But
Well, and this is set in the past.
okay, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Apparently, the director Simon Kinberg plans to show how powerful Jean Grey's Phoenix persona is by having her lose control and impale a major character.
Cyclops probably.
Yeah, it could be.
Like he loses an eye.
Like how Jean Grey how Jean Grey killed Cyclops.
Well, we saw that already.
Yeah, but this is a reset timeline, right?
Is it?
I think so.
I don't-
Because of Days of Past, right?
I don't
Yeah.
know anymore because there's like how many X-Men? There's like 8 X-Men movies or 9, and they're all like not in sequence anymore. They've erased like the first.
I don't
3.
mind. I mean, most X-Men movies, I enjoy watching them. So they want to make a new one, I'm one for it.
All right.
Yeah.
Marvel Studios has plans for at least 20 more movies.
Marvel.
Yeah. Marvel has said that they have intentions of making 20 more movies on the docket that are completely different from anything that's come before. So I think this is like after Avengers Infinity War, which we will talk about later on. here's a bit of news in relation to that. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about a rumor that Disney and Fox were having negotiations to buy back
Fantastic Four.
the Marvel properties, right?
okay, yeah.
And the news back then was that the deal fell through, and it's not happening anymore. Apparently, it's back on, and it's moving
Forward.
fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
good.
So we just might see the X-Men and the Fantastic Four and even Deadpool.
In the Avengers.
No, not in the Avengers. This is gonna be a couple years, but it kind of
Like in okay, I understand.
yeah, it kind of comes off the back of the last bit of news, which was they're saying that we have plans for 20 more movies. But hang on, let us get back these characters, and then we'll make 20
I want
more.
to see Black Widow with Deadpool.
What?
They used to be married.
Where?
Scarlett Johansson and
Oh, you mean the
Yeah, right,
actors,
right.
like the
No,
actual
Oh,
people?
because
okay.
because Deadpool knows he is fictional.
Okay.
Yeah, so he knows that he's the actor who plays him married Scarlett Johansson at
Johansson.
one
Yeah.
point. So
The
I want to
actress-
see that if they ever make it in the screen.
Okay. That would be weird, though. It'd be like, hey, you look like Ryan Reynolds' ex-wife.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
That actually is something
Interesting.
that I would watch.
Yeah.
That's kind of, yeah. You've put this idea in my head now, and I'm like, I can see it. Like,
Yeah.
it just might work. All right, next bit of news. A bit of news from Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is coming out next year. Now, it may open a whole entire new multiverse.
no, I don't like it.
Really?
It's getting too confusing.
Now, the actress who plays the Wasp, Evangeline Lilly, was asked to expand on a quote from Disney CEO Bob Iger, in which he said that that Marvel is looking for completely different realms, and that those realms can be separate geographically or separate in time, not just in place but in time.
Okay, now that's already confusing.
That's confusing. It's cryptic, and yeah, I don't know. But she says, yeah, that they're kind of looking to open up a whole entire new multiverse for the MCU.
Maybe it's gonna be a bit darker than whatever we have right now.
Maybe they're gonna do they're gonna pull a Warner Brothers and then
Yeah.
make it all dark and broody, and
Yeah,
and Iron Man's all like, there's
the
1%.
evil Hulk or something.
If there's 1% chance we have to kill Captain America.
And Spider-Man's not funny at all.
He's like a depressed teenager.
Yeah. All I wanted was a normal life.
She broke up with me. She dumped me.
She did.
All right, big news this week. You definitely have seen it. Avengers Infinity War trailer is out.
I watched it.
Yes.
You watched it?
Yes.
I watched it on my holiday. Like, I took the time out to watch it on my little tiny screen, mid-sized screen. But yeah, I watched it again when I got back home. And no surprise, it's smashing viewing records.
Yep. Just looking
It's-
forward to it.
It's like the biggest trailer so far, I think.
It managed to overtake it.
Yeah, it had 230 million views in the first 24 hours. So that beat out it and The Fate of the Furious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those two movies only got 197 million views and 139 million views, respectively, which are huge numbers. But this is huge.
This is the most cast, I guess,
Yeah.
so far.
It's the most star-studded one.
Yeah.
Do you think that this would be the end of the MCU as we know it? Like,
No, it'd probably be the end of this part of the MCU.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then continue with newer people.
Okay.
Well, I think we've mentioned this before, not on air. It's going to be more of the galaxy now.
Yeah, it's all going to be
Compared.
cosmic, and
Yeah.
things are moving into
Not just around Earth.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all gonna be Guardians of the Galaxy / Thor Ragnarok-ish.
Yeah.
Like colorful, and it's the multiverse, and it's the rest of the 9 realms.
Yeah, so no more Avengers Earth, now Avengers Space.
Cosmic Avengers.
Yeah.
Space Avengers.
Yeah.
I think that's
Guardians.
a game.
Yeah, something like the Guardians of the Galaxy. But
All right. Avengers Infinity War is to receive an early international release. So the release date is for the 4th of May 2018, but the announcement reveals that the film will be released in international markets a week earlier.
So we get to watch it before the Americans.
Yeah, so the movie is expected to premiere in Australia, France, Italy, Netherlands, New Zealand, and Sweden on April 25th, and it will also open in Brazil, Germany, Greece, Hungary, and Singapore, and Brunei on the 26th of April. So yeah, we're gonna get it earlier.
I wonder why though.
But this usually happens with all the big blockbuster movies. Like we got it for Transformers, we got it for the Avengers. Like we got it like a week earlier.
So I exactly, but I don't know what's the purpose of.
Okay, someone told me once, and this is someone who works in like the film industry, that in the case of Brunei, which is quite a small market, it's nothing compared to like let's say a Singapore or Malaysia. They try and like close out all the smaller markets first to get the bigger box office numbers in on the first week.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
for statistics purposes. So instead of us getting the movie like a month later, where it's not gonna make much of a difference because the movie is already out for like a month, right?
Yeah.
So they close out the smaller markets.
So they already have the statistics.
So they have the stats that, so it, towards the whole box office, which kind of makes sense. And I don't know how true this is. If you do know whether or not this is true, contact us and let us know here at the Wayang Crew at thewayangcrew@gmail.com. Well, we're going to say all our social media feeds later on again. Up next, we're going to switch gears over to Jurassic World or Jurassic Kingdom. Jurassic World?
Universe?
No, okay. Now, there was like a short clip that was released online for the upcoming sequel to Jurassic World. It's called Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Now, it's like a very short clip, and it just shows Chris Pratt, and he's sort of like cuddling
small raptor.
A small raptor.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know. Is this like a prequel or like a sequel?
I think it should be a sequel.
It should be a sequel. But if he already lived through the first movie and he knows like how dangerous this can be, and they left the island, why is he going back and why is he like petting a raptor?
He left something.
Like
The raptor.
I don't know. He probably left something important which might cause
like my PS4. All my games are saved on it.
like an egg or something. I don't know.
An egg?
Yeah, like it might be a hybrid of a hybrid.
So like a triple hybrid.
Yeah, and then he needs to take it back before it goes to the wrong hands or something.
Right.
And this is my just assumption. But if it is actually what it is, then I knew it all.
John, are you excited for the sequel to Jurassic World?
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Really?
Yeah.
You're a dinosaur guy?
I used to be when I was younger.
So what do you know?
I'm more of an anime guy now. Actually.
From dinosaurs to anime.
Yes.
All right, at least there's like progression. All right, last bit of news this week on the Wayang Crew Podcast. It's about Godzilla. And there is a preview out for Netflix's anime adaptation of the movie. Now, I was in Japan the last 2 weeks. I just got back a couple of days ago. And Godzilla is everywhere in Japan. Like they sell
It's
like
their culture.
They sell like stuffed toys, T-shirts. You walk into like a department store. There's like a Godzilla section. It's weird, but it is actually back in the media's eyes in Japan because there was a anime released by Toho, which is a company that owns like a chain of cinemas, and apparently they're gonna have an English version, which will be released by Netflix at the end of December.
So it's just the same anime, just dubbed in English.
Yeah, apparently so. So there is a teaser trailer out. We'll watch it later on if you haven't watched it.
I think I'd rather watch the Japanese one. I don't know. I just
Something
like animes.
Really?
Just belong to Japanese.
So you rather read the subtitles?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I'm not an anime guy at all.
I know, but when I used to watch anime, and then I still rather enjoy the Japanese anime and read the subtitles than watching an English speaking anime. Yeah.
Does this translate to games as well? Because
No.
do you play Final Fantasy in
No,
Japanese?
because I don't read Japanese. No, just anime.
Just anime. All right. I'm looking forward to this because I don't know. I'm kind of a Godzilla fan as well. Because I was a dinosaur guy, and so Godzilla kind of fits in there. And I'm looking forward to this because Godzilla, and I was just sort of shocked that he's like a part of Japanese culture. But yeah, more on that later on. So that's it. That's the news this week on the Wayang Crew Podcast. If you'd like to get in touch with us here on the show, you can do so via our Gmail account, which is thewayangcrew@gmail.com. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we're on Twitter. So do get in touch with us on our social media feeds as well. And we'd like to also point you guys to the YouTube channel. Yes, the Wayang Crew
Has a YouTube
has a
channel.
YouTube channel where you can listen to the episodes
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Some people just like YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, you just stream it. Either way, it's still streaming.
Yeah.
All right, so that's gonna be it for the news. And this week we're gonna be talking about two movies. But first up, we're gonna be talking about Coco, which
It's
is
not about chocolate.
Not about the cereal.
It's not COCOA. It's COCO.
Oh, yes.
Coco. It's a Pixar Disney animation. This was sort of like I don't know. It came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and I was surprised at how good it was.
Yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised. But first, before we get to what we think of the movie, Tibi, tell us what like a brief summary of
All right.
Coco.
I don't know, where was it based in?
Mexico.
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 Mexico,
yeah.
right. It's based in Mexico, and then there's this kid who's called Miguel who wants to be a musician, but the family does not approve because his great grandfather left his family to pursue music. So he wanted to pursue music. He ended up somewhere being in the world of the dead, and he met all his ancestors. And in the period, he found how to love your family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's sort of it.
Yeah.
We're going to dive into it a little bit more. John, what did you think of this movie?
It was good.
It's good?
You gotta watch it. It's a must watch. So yeah, it has lots of feelings mixed in it.
Yeah,
So,
John got the feels. Like
I got more feels because he managed to.
Tibi got the feels.
I was sniffling
towards the end of the movie.
end. I was like, no.
Okay, fine. I'll put my hand up. I'll admit that I sort of teared a little bit as well.
I
When-
needed to keep tilting my head to the right, so my tears went the one side of my face. Okay, I'm in a period where I'm very emotional. So it was an emotional movie. It was good, and then it's a family movie. Like bring your family, bring your
Yeah.
loved ones, bring whoever. It's a movie for
I
everyone.
think this movie is geared towards all ages. So we had kids in the cinema, and there was us, and there was quite a bit of adults in there as well. And everyone sort of appreciated the story and what it was trying to tell you.
Yeah, and I was surprised there was this small kid. She didn't make a noise.
Yeah, she didn't make us like she was
into the movie.
She was captivated, and she was
Yeah.
asking she asked a couple of questions
Yeah,
like why this and why
Yeah.
that. But that was it. She was not annoying.
Yeah,
She
which
was-
is good.
Which is good.
Train your kids to be like that.
Something I have to talk about this movie Coco is technically I think it's a brilliant movie.
Beautiful.
Like, this is a movie that I can't wait to buy on Blu-ray and check it out for myself at home. Because as far as I can tell, from a technical standpoint, like the graphics are like nothing we've ever seen before. I just want to check out the sound design a bit more. But they had a little snippet from the production team,
Yeah.
or three of the production team at Pixar, talking about how
they made it.
Yeah, how they made it, and the effort taken. Apparently, in that one shot where Miguel ends up, I mean, you see
world
this
of the dead.
Yeah, you see this in the trailers where he sees the world of the dead for the first time, which is essentially like a ghostly Flavilia.
Yeah.
Apparently there are 8 million separate lights in there,
those, yeah.
which is something I'm gonna YouTube later on and dive into it a bit more to sort of see the process. But yeah, it was a good movie. It's heartwarming. It's family oriented.
Storyline was excellent.
Yeah.
Except for the part where you kind of know where this is going. I'm not gonna spoil, but never mind. Yeah, you kind of know what's going on halfway
Yeah.
through.
Like as an adult, I think it becomes obvious halfway through the movie who is like a pivotal character
Yeah.
for this story. But nonetheless, you still enjoy the ride. Like you want to watch it. In some respect, I didn't want it to end. Like I wanted to see more of
What happened after.
What happened after? Like
Yeah.
does Miguel end up
Being a
pursuing
musician.
his dreams of
yeah,
being a
yeah.
musician and whatnot? But there is like a dark side to this movie as well.
Yes.
Like murder is involved and deception is involved, and I guess intellectual property stealing is involved. Which are themes that you would not think would make it into a Pixar movie or a Disney movie,
Yeah.
but it does, and they've sort of padded it a lot to make it very accessible to, general audiences, like kids and adults at the same time. There was like a group of people behind me.
Kicking my chair.
I think
one of them was kicking my chair.
But I heard one of the ladies behind me whisper when it was revealed that De La Cruz, which is someone who the central character Miguel thinks is his great grandfather, reveals that it was revealed in the story that he killed his writing partner, and this, and then the lady back went, oh yo. Like I heard that and I was like, whoa.
You get emotionally invested in this movie.
You do.
I like how it's like the story. The movie is like it has its high points and then it slowly goes down again. Yeah, and then it goes up.
It brings you back up again. What did you think about that? Portrayal of the world of the dead.
John,
very festive.
Well, for those of you that don't are not familiar with maybe Latin culture, there is a day in the year called
Day of the Dead or something.
Dia de Muerta or something like that.
Yeah.
De Muertos.
Yeah, de Muertos, which is a day in Latin culture where your ancestors come back to visit. Well, you spiritually. And it becomes a festive time. We've seen it in the opening sequence to the last James Bond film where he was wearing that mask and there was a parade and whatnot. So, but this story I think is set more in maybe the 60s or the 70s because there was no technology in this movie. It was a very sort of rustic feel movie.
Probably 60s, 70s.
Maybe, if you had to go great-great-grandfather and he was that, so that's maybe, I don't know, 60 years?
Yeah.
Maybe?
I have no idea.
like this movie, I would like to say is it's a timeless movie. Like time is not a factor in this, which is right in the vein of previous Pixar movies like Frozen and all these other movies where
Frozen's not in modern world.
Yeah,
this could be in a modern world but in a very poor area. It could be. I'm not saying. I mean, we could in a not so urban areas, like a rural area.
Okay, cool. I thought the voice acting in this movie was spot on. It was perfect. All the characters.
I like whoever voiced Miguel. I think he did a great job.
Yeah.
I hope he's at least Hispanic or.
I think I think he is. I think this whole voice cast. We can check out the IMDb page later on, but it seems to me that the accents were spot on, and they sprinkled some Spanish in there, like "Ay Dios mío" and things like that, which worked for the movie because of the setting and the theme.
Tío, he kept saying tío, uncle.
Tío is aunt.
Tia.
Uncle.
Tío
Tia
is uncle.
and tío is uncle.
Yeah,
which is close to Filipino, which is tito.
Yes.
Yeah.
And tita for auntie.
Yeah, Filipinos.
They could have this set in Philippines.
Whoa, no, we're not gonna have that. No, we're not gonna have that conversation.
Okay.
So that's all we have to say about Coco here on the Wayang Crew. It's a good movie.
Watch it.
Yeah, watch it. If you have not watched it, take the time, especially now since it's the school holidays.
Yep.
And if you have kids or if you have little nephews or whatnot, bring them because this is an all-around good time for everyone.
And when you enter the cinema and then something plays in the beginning, it's Frozen. It's 20 minutes. I think 15 minutes of
20,
some introduction. It's also good, but
yeah,
you're not in the wrong cinema. It's just it's something to prepare you for Coco.
Going on that, now that it's the school holidays here in Brunei, where's the best place to watch movies?
Times Cineplex.
Times Cineplex. Why? Because they're awesome, and they like movies. We like movies. I think our listeners like movies.
They like us.
Cool. All right. I guess that's it. What's your rating for Coco TV?
8.7 skeletons.
That's high. That's high for this year. I think your only other movie which is higher
Power
than
Rangers.
Is Power Rangers. John?
I'll give it an 8 skeletons.
8 skeletons. All right. Also high. I'm gonna give this one I think my highest ever this year. I mean,
9.
this is gonna be a 9 for me.
Yeah.
9 guitars out of 10 for Coco. And yeah, once again, if you have not watched it, head on over to Times Cineplex, which is the best cinema in Brunei. They have branches in Times Square. They have branches in Tutong
Empire.
and in Kuala Blight and in Empire
Yeah.
Hotel. So do check them out. And I think they're all playing Coco.
They should be.
They should be. Big movie. And yeah, great reviews all around.
Bring a date there. I think it will be a good movie for a date.
Yeah.
Is that a hint?
Maybe. Someone could bring me. But I already watched it, so never mind.
Well, then you can be the cool one. Watch this.
I don't want to cry again in front of her. I mean, I didn't cry. I was teared up.
But this is the second time, so you
So I
might
got
not.
prepared.
Yeah, you're prepared.
I can bring a handkerchief.
You can you can ball a bit of tissue in your palm and go like, yeah.
It's this part again.
All right. Up next, we're gonna do a very short review of a movie that.
Setan.
Yeah, I didn't watch this.
Yeah,
John
so
didn't watch this. I didn't watch it for the reason that I wasn't in the country for the last couple of weeks.
Still playing?
It's
playing?
true. It's true. But
So okay. Anyways, let me start. The movie's about a family who didn't. I mean, okay. It's the mother of the family is sick, and she has 4 kids, and then the father, and then the grandmother. It's a family of. It's based in it's an Indonesian movie.
Okay.
So the mom got sick, and then she died, and then strange stuff started to happen in the household. So the kids, the father had to go to town, which is away from their house. So the kids were left alone, 4 of them. So weird things happened, and then they found out. Then the mom, not just the mom. The parents joined a cult, where if you can't have kids, you join this cult to follow Satan. Yeah, to follow Satan to have kids.
okay.
So but in order to have kids, the agreement is your last kid on his 7th birthday, he will be given to Satan.
Like a sacrifice, like
Yeah.
as payment,
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the synopsis. I find it really interesting, and it's scary. You get scare jumps. Oh wait, jump scares? Yeah,
Jump
you
scares,
get
yeah.
jump scares. It's one of the best horror movies I watched apart from it this year.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's really good. So if you're into horror movies, watch this. They have English subtitle if you can't understand in Bahasa Indonesia. But I think
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that's it. I'm rating. I give it 7.5 white blankets, because if you watch it, you'll understand.
White blankets.
Yeah, white blankets.
All right. I was talking to the someone from Times Square this morning, Times Cineplex this morning. Sorry, and he was telling me that he's surprised at how well this movie is doing.
Because it's good.
It's good, and he's saying that usually they bring in a foreign film. It could be anything. It could be a Singaporean film or a Malaysian film, and it comes in. And after a week, you can see that it drops
Goes
off,
down.
and no one really gives a second thought about it. But then this movie, it's out for I think 3 weeks now,
I think
or
it's
2 weeks.
upcoming third week now.
Third week now, and it's still going strong.
Still going.
He's saying that there's still cinema full of people going to watch this.
Oh wow.
Because when I watched it, I had other friends who were supposed to watch it, but then they chickened out because we were watching it at 12 midnight show.
Whoa!
Yeah, and then we told them it was good, and then next thing you know, the next week they decided to watch it also.
Okay.
So I don't know. It's from word of mouth. I think you eventually know that it's a good movie.
Yeah. Okay. Would you recommend us to watch it?
Yeah, but I know you guys won't watch it.
Would you come and watch it with us?
Did you pay for my ticket?
I'll pick you up.
I will buy you a drink. All right.
If it comes to that point, sure, why not?
Okay.
Okay.
So that's the 2 reviews we're doing this week here on the Wayang Crew Podcast. We talked about Coco and
Pengabdi Setan.
okay, all right. Moving on to the next bits of the show, which is
Oi, apa liat-liat? Apa liat-liat? Hoi, 看什么看？
Apa liat-liat? Apa liat-liat? 那看什么看？
Apa liat-liat? See what see? 笑了。
That's right, it's called Untitled Chapter, and no stranger, as per the name, it is what else we've been watching besides these 2 movies we're talking
Yeah.
about this week on the Wayang Crew. Tibi, let's start off with you this week.
I watched
Apa
and
liat?
finished The Punisher.
You finished
I
The
finished The
Punisher.
Punisher Netflix
How
series.
many episodes are there?
12.
12
I finished it
episodes.
in 4 days.
Wow.
So that's 3 a day.
Yeah.
Is it any good?
If you like Daredevil,
Yeah.
you'd probably like this one.
Season 1 or season 2?
Both.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's as good as...
Not as good.
Almost as good.
Almost as good as Daredevil.
Okay.
Okay.
Because just some spoilers. There's a lot of talking,
Okay.
and then it's 45 minutes long. It's probably like 30 minutes of talking, and then 15 minutes
Of action.
Okay.
Okay.
in each episode. So if you're just in it to watch the Punisher do his work, you're not gonna get that.
No. Okay.
You're gonna get like a backstory.
Yeah, backstory. And you were talking about Jigsaw the other day. This is how Jigsaw was. This is the backstory of Jigsaw as well.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I read some parts of the comic. It's not actually the same from the comic, but
okay.
this is how he is introduced in this universe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, you see, I would have watched it, but again, I wasn't in the country.
Yeah.
So. But I will pick it up and I will check out Marvel's Punisher.
I've had split opinions. Some people said that they didn't like it, but I liked it. Probably because I like the actor who portrayed as
Shane from like, The Walking Dead.
Yeah, him.
Okay.
Yeah. So
all right. Anything else this week?
no, I think that's it. I'm just trying to finish Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay.
It's starting to falter.
A little bit. It's losing its magic.
Yeah, it's losing its
All right.
magic. So
Moving on to our guest this week, John.
Hey,
What have you been watching?
I've been watching another anime.
No surprise. I
Yes.
mean, really? Another anime?
from dinosaurs to anime.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
I was about to say dragon. Why?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been watching Golgo 13. It's about a hard-boiled assassin.
For a moment there, I thought you were gonna say hard-boiled egg.
He said hardball and I went, egg.
Please don't say egg.
Oh, yeah, but he's hard-boiled. He's a really scary guy.
You watch this on stream?
No. Yes, I stream it on. Where is that?
Crunchyroll
website?
or
Yeah, it's in Crunchyroll. Yes,
Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, it's about this guy. He gets contracts to assassinate people. Could be musicians or what so.
Is it dark or is it
It's quite dark, but it's cool. It's really cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dark
And
but cool.
Cool. And,
like Bleach dark?
No. And, how dark?
Is it darker than Bleach?
It's like Hitman dark.
If you guys don't know anime, there's an anime called Bleach. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to gauge how.
I know. I've heard of the anime Bleach, but there's someone who does not watch anime. Is it darker than Bleach? Bleach is Bleach. Everything is darker than Bleach.
So is it darker than Bleach?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's all.
That's about it this week. All right, moving on to me. Well, as I've said before on the podcast, on this episode, I have been away for the past couple of weeks. So I've only caught one thing, which was on a train as I was traveling in Japan. And I caught up and watched Logan Lucky, which is a movie that Dell said he watched while he was in Singapore a couple of months ago. And yeah, his rating and his description of the movie is as he says. It's good. It's like a redneck Ocean's 11, although there are only like 6 of them.
River 6.
Red Deck 6.
I don't know.
Horseback 6. I don't know.
Okay,
But
maybe.
yeah, but it's a good movie. If you don't know what Logan Lucky is, it stars Kylo Ren and Channing Tatum. So
He's not that famous enough. We only know him as Kylo Ren.
I think his name is Adam Driver.
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren. Okay, Kylo Ren and Channing Tatum, they're brothers who are part of the Logan family, who have this town curse. They're like, everyone says, you've got the Logan curse, you're unlucky. Because one lost an arm and one hurt his leg or something.
Okay.
And then they come up with this heist to steal money from the underground vaults during a NASCAR race. So it doesn't get much more redneck than that. and they enlist the help of a couple of people. One of them is Daniel Craig, James Bond.
Oh, okay.
But he is full-on redneck. He has the accent.
He's not British in this one.
He's not British at all, and he plays it very convincingly. I mean, I was not surprised because I watched Cowboys and Aliens, which he was in, and you know, he pulled it off there, and now he pulls it off even more. But if you haven't watched Logan Lucky, you know, you could probably stream it on Netflix.
Is it on Netflix?
I'm not sure. Maybe not yet. Or you know, go out there and buy the Blu-ray or DVD and check it out for yourself. It is a good movie and a good story. But yeah, I mean, every character was sort of strong, and you know, you could see the intentions of each character and the character. But yeah, that's about it. That's all I've watched. And I was in Japan, and
you watched a lot of other stuff in Japan.
No, I did not.
Like views,
scenery, and you know, it's such a beautiful country. So I think that's gonna be it this week for the Wayang Crew podcast. Here's something for you guys. Star Wars is 10 days away. All right, so gearing up for that. So that's it for the show this week. If you'd like to get in touch with us here on the Wayang Crew, you can do so via our Gmail account. That's thewayangcrew@gmail.com. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. So check us out on those social media platforms as well. That's going to be it this week on the Wayang Crew podcast. This is Kev signing off. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.